This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Romina Nunez. Don't forget to subscribe. Alpha. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan. Versus Zurich. A win for both, automatic qualify. A draw, also qualify. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Romina Nunez. Please don't forget to subscribe. Oh, you're welcome to another moment of the Women World Cup, and this time around it is Group G, and it is Argentina versus South Africa. And there's in Group G we have Sweden, Argentina, Italy, and South Africa. And this is the second leg of the World Cup. South Africa lost their first match against Sweden in the first leg, 2-1. Will they redeem their image against the Argentine? It's looking good for the South African right now because the record of the Argentine does not show any way that the Argentine is going to win the South Africans today. But with the brilliance of the South Africans, I think there's going to be a win in this match today. And it is right in the Switzerland, and there's a Facade Stadium, a 30,748 capacity stadium right in New Zealand. Well, I'm not alone to talk about the live issues of this match. With me in the studio, my far left, anyway, we are just two today in the studio, and it is Shegun, but I call him Shegelu because he used to Shegelize football, and he will tell you the way it is. And he will tell you, anything he tell you, just take it, because that is the right thing. You're welcome to the studio.
Oh, good morning, Solomon. Good morning, football lovers. It's another beautiful game. Saw an interesting game this afternoon, talking about Nigeria against Australia. And you know what a better way for the African ladies to actually, get yourself motivated. And now we have South Africa will be going up against Argentina. All eyes will be on Thembi Kgatlana, Linda in this game, and the goal scorer for the South Africans against against Sweden in the first game, talking about Mangia. So all eyes will be on these four ladies to see what they can actually bring to the table against Argentina. Yeah, Argentina are pursuing their first victory in the World Cup. They've not won any game at the FIFA Female World Cup. In 10 matches, they've lost 8 and played 2 draw. So they are pursuing their first victory, and it promises to be a nice game, no doubt. And let's see what we'll get in the first 45 minutes. Hopefully, it's not a defensive African team against the South American opponent. I expect Argentina not to be a big problem to the South Africans. But this is football, anything can happen.
This is football, anything can happen, and that is Shegelu. And one thing, right, I have assurance that South Africa is going to win today. We saw the first African country, Nigeria, won against Australia today against all odds. And it was celebration. It was a moment of joy for so many Nigerians today. They were celebrating that victory against Australia. And I hope South African is going to do the same today, because if you look at it critically, the Argentines do not have good record when it comes to the World Cup. They participated in the World Cup in 3 editions of the World Cup, and they were eliminated in the group stage, in the preliminary stage. In this World Cup, in 9 matches they played, they conceded 37 goals. 37 goals in 9 matches. That's the average of 4 goals in each match. And if the South Africans put their ass together today, I'm very sure they are going to hit hard against the Argentines, and they're going to pick a victory here today. Well, the match is about to be started, and we are here before the match, and we are already talking about how it's going to be. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. You can call in, and you can send in your live chat, and you can also subscribe to Premier Sports Fan Center. Our number remains 090-304-99917. I think this is a moment for you to make the World Cup a lively moment. Football is about the moment. It's at the moment. Yeah. Like today, we saw Oshola scored against Australia, and they asked her, why did you put up that kind of celebration? I didn't know what to say. He said, football is all about the moment. He said, I didn't even know when I removed my clothes. I forgot she was a female. In football, when you play football, you don't wear brassiere. Like those days, our grandma, the kind of brassiere they used to wear. But these days, it's a sporty. Although it was an advertisement, I don't want to advertise that kind of wear right now. But when they asked her, I said, I didn't even know when I removed it. It was emotional.
Yeah, it was about emotion. Football is about the moments, and that's what really happens. Even we that were watching it in the studio were so much, alive when she got that goal, and she needed that goal so much for her confidence. Because there have been a lot of criticism on the young lady talking about her as Oshola. A lot of Nigerians have been criticizing her that she doesn't bring her A game anymore to the Super Falcons. And coming into the game and changing the flow of game, it's actually very much good for her. Good, beautiful game we saw this afternoon between Nigeria and one of the hosting nations, talking about Australia. We just hope that that luck and that good luck charm is going to rub on South Africa in this game. Yes, Argentina on the paper shouldn't be a problem for the South Africans, but you should know that football evolves, it revolves. We've seen Haiti comes to this World Cup and play like a typical footballing nation. And we've seen Vietnam, held their own against the United States of America, though they lost 3-0. But here we have the African champions against Argentina. Argentina, you said, of course, they're over 30 goals, averaging about 4 goals per match. But you look at this Argentina team, a team with a player, a fantastic winger like Banini, who is always ready to run and who is very good on the ball. You need to say playing for Atletico Madrid, and you know that is a fantastic player. And that is one player I expect the South Africans should actually be wary of in this game. And let's see how much South Africa will be able to put the ball on the feet and try to get their teammates into playing. I think that was one of the problems they had in their first game against Sweden, because all ball was being played to Thembi up front. So let's see this maybe today, if Linda can get into the mood and play with a co-striker up front. If they're getting it right up front, then there's no problem for South Africa. It will be an easy ride against the Argentines for them.
It will be an easy ride against the Argentines for them. And you can see the South African, because the way it looks to me on papers, Argentines look better when it comes to name, because they are ranked 22 and South Africans are ranked 74.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
the gap is much. The gap is much, yeah. And the interview granted to the coach of the South African, Desire Elise, she was saying that there's confidence in the girls right now. They can defeat any team, and I believe the South Africans, the Argentines, they are not too strong enough to me, if you ask me, because based on what is written on papers, and based on what we have seen so far, and based on their antecedents when it comes to the female World Cup, they've not really gone past the preliminary stage. They've been knocked out three times appearance in the World Cup. In the group stage, they were knocked out. They didn't go past the the preliminary stage. And right now, I think South Africans are in good mood, because
we have the first corner of the game.
Yeah, the first corner of the game, and it's the South Africans. Oh, and that is a goal kick.
That should be a good kick to Argentina there. Talking about experience, if we were talking about Argentina losing 3 games in the group stage, it's just the same thing with the South Africans. They also lost almost all their group games. They've not qualified out of the group stage in the World Cup. So it's just like, 2 teams who are actually on the same level. But, we can't really judge them based on the last World Cup. They're talking about the Argentines. You can't judge them based on what has happened at the last World Cup. We look at the progress they've actually made since coming up, since losing from the last World Cup. You look at the squad now, like you rightly said, they have 22 on the FIFA ranking, and South Africa are right there on the 74th. And this is a very tactical team. Talking about the Argentine team, they considered just one goal in this competition already. So that is talking about a reshift from the old Argentina team to a new Argentina team right now. At least now we have an Argentina team that is not conceding goal, because based on that statistics you actually gave, that they concede 4 goals per game. We saw the game against Argentina, against Italy. Italy were just lucky to get that goal in the dying minutes of the game. Around 88 minutes, they got that goal against Argentina. So it shows how solid that defensive pairing of Martinez and whoever, I've forgotten the other person in the defense. Martinez actually played for the Argentine. So is it Beniti or Baniti or so? When you read out the starting lineup, I think we'll do judgment to that. So it shows how good the defense line is for the Argentine. So I think that's one of the problems the South Africans will be facing today. Trying to break the defensive pairing of the Argentines might just be a hard nut for them to crack.
All right, it'll be an hard nut for them to crack. Let me quickly read the back line of the Argentine side. You know, we have Sophia Braun from the left back, the right back, and you have Miriam Mayoga, that's from the back also. Yes. She's age 33. She played for Boca Junior in Argentina. And the third person in the back line is Aldana Cometi, age 27. She played for Madrid, and she's a defender. And the last person at the back line there is Eliana Stabile from Santos. She's 29 years old. And that is the back line for Argentina.
That's a fantastic back line. You're looking at Cometi and a defensive pair in the central back. At the age of 3, that's a lot of experience, and you have in the 26 years of Cometi with her. 2 fantastic players. You look at the number of games, in the last 7 games they've actually played, they've considered just 2 goals. So it shows how fantastic and how refined that defensive line of Argentina is now looking like a team that's not actually going to concede 4 goals, not even to Sweden in this competition, in this group stage. So I don't see them conceding 4 goals against Sweden. So the defense is actually, is already sorted for this Argentine team. It's about the midfield right now. Get Banini into the mood of play, and you can see her up left trying to ask for the ball. How much they actually play with Banini really matters a lot to the flow and the kind of pattern Argentina actually brings into the game. So let's talk about our own African sisters, talking about South Africa right now. We want to see them try to get into the game and dominate play. If there's one thing that is no problem for the South Africans, it's passing. It's never a problem for them. We saw them against Sweden. Passing the ball around the field wasn't a problem for them. Like the Super Falcons that we saw today, that were having issue, stinging one or 2 passes. But the problem with the South Africans is, creating that final chances up front has always was a major problem against Sweden in the first game. So let's see how much work they've actually done to improve on that in the second game.
Yeah, to improve on the second game. I was trying to analyze and kind of compare the play of the South Africans and the play of the Nigerian side. When you look at the South African side, their flowing style of football, they flow the fast passes and they gain possession. When they hold the ball, they are more accurate than the Super Falcons. But what helped the Super Falcons today is their technical ability, the good interpretation of football from Randy Weldorf. That was what actually helped the Super Falcons. He's a coach who has coached in Pittsburgh before, and he has coached so many countries. He's from the United States of America.
Wardrum, Nigeria is the first major country.
No, it's not the major first. He coached in Pittsburgh in the USA before.
That's university, for Christ's sake.
A university, he can actually bring it. And what are we seeing to? What are we seeing to me?
You're telling me he has coached countries. That's why I was saying countries. Because Nigeria is the first country is actually coaching. He was majorly a coach at university in the United States of America. Even when he started coaching with Nigeria, he started as a part-time coach with us.
He has coached Sao Tome before, and
you can't call Sao Tome a country. Solomon, that's No,
it's a country. It's a country.
I'm not faulting Wardrum here. He did a fantastic job against all doubts because you know Nigerians don't really give him the chance. No, you hardly see Nigerians that actually like the Wardrum because he doesn't fit the kind of profile we look for in a manager for the Super Falcons. And you look at the last Nations Cup, it's not something you see always that the Super Falcons comes fourth in a competition. So that is where the hatred for Wardrum has actually been. But when you look at the standard of nations he has coached, you can't compare him with some of the very best coaches we've actually seen. So talking about teams he has coached, that is one of the reasons why he wants to come to the World Cup, so he can have a big team on his CV. Yes, I'm of the opinion that he should be given the job. They should they have to leave him on that job because he has actually shown that he can actually develop the team to a better stage. But there's still room for learning. That is one thing about Wardrum. So let's just leave Wardrum and just focus on this game.
All right, let's leave Wardrum and focus on this game. I don't know. Before I talked about Wardrum, I was talking about the coaches, and I was trying to talk about Patonova. That is the. That's South African. Sorry. There was a moment for the South Africans, but it was missed there. It sounded for the South Africans, but it was missed there. I was trying to talk about Patonova, the coach of the Argentine. I was trying to say probably he must have sat down and said, okay, what is the problem with the Argentine? The problem with the Argentine is that they concede so many goals. They concede, though in this present World Cup right now, they've not conceded so much. But in the previous World Cup, they've considered, and that was why when I make my calculation.
That's the chance for the Argentine.
Yeah.
Played off by the South Africans defense. And you see Argentina also trying to, get themselves into the mode of the game. And let's see how much they can get into the game. And that's the first chance for Argentina, which has gone behind for a goal kick for the South Africans.
All right, and when I made my live analysis, I said probably he must have sat down and said, okay, what is the problem of the Argentine? Why is it they are not going above the preliminary stage? They are always knocked out at the first round of the match. Probably he must have sat down and said, okay, it's like my team conceded so many goals. What will I do? And that is why in this World Cup right now, Argentina have not been considering much goal. This is their second match. The first match they considered, it was 1-0 defeat. Italy defeated them 1-0, right?
Yes,
Italy defeated 1-0. And I'm very sure she must have walked.
That is a chance for the Argentines. Can they make it? No, it's not going anywhere. That should be a corner kick to the Argentines. I'm talking about the coach and him sitting down or not. There's nothing about you being technical and tactical. What's it called? Discipline. That's what really matters about your team. Because football evolves. Teams change, and you build. It depends on how much you spend on your league. You look at the caliber of players. They have a working league in Argentina. And you have those players. Most of their players also playing in the Brazilian league. Like we mentioned, Comete playing for Santos. You mentioned the player playing for Boca Juniors. That's a traditional club in Argentina.
Yeah.
So that's what really matters these days. When you have a working league whereby the players are actually playing professional football, playing against good players, it rubs on them. So it's not really about him sitting down or coming up with he has this thing. He has to work with the quality of players he has. The Zambia that are the whipping boys in this competition. It's not like the coach doesn't sit down and think of what to do, and that's the chance for South Africa. And this might actually be the first goal, and that is actually going out for corner kick. And these are the chances I expect Thembi to actually be scoring for the South Africans. It's just like the game we saw against in their first game against Sweden. These are the chances he should be taking. She should be taking this. She's a very good striker and a sharp one at that. Good one. That's a good defensive take from Comete there. And that is what we're talking about. The defense line of the Argentina, they are very good and very disciplined at it.
Very good and very disciplined at it. But before we continue the discussion, let me quickly read out the starting line-up of the Argentines. The starting line-up of the Argentines, the first person on the list is Banini, then Benitez, Baniscondo, Braun, then Cometi, Corriere V, then Fulfan, Gramaglia, Lorequete, Mayoga, Stabile. That is the starting line-up of the Argentine. Is there any no name there?
Yeah, Bernini and Cometi are actually the fantastic players in that team. Talking about Bernini, she actually plays with Atletico Madrid in Spain, and they are actually one of the very best team when it comes to female football, behind Real Madrid and what's it called, and Real Madrid and Barcelona in Spain. She's also a teammate of our very own Rashidat Ajibade. So you should be certain that that's the fantastic player, and she's one player the Argentines are actually looking forward to in this game to do the brilliance. She's actually they call her the female Lionel Messi. I don't know how good she is, like the god of soccer. But she's a dependable winger for the team and an interesting runner at it. So that is one player. Like I said when the game was starting, that's one player the South Africans need to be wary of, because she's very good at her work. So that is a fantastic squad for the Argentines, and you can see they've not looked out of place for the past 30 minutes. The confidence is actually growing. They are actually taking the game also to the South Africans, and like we've seen for the past 30 minutes, it's looking like a 50-50 game already.
All right, it's looking like a 50-50 game already. But what we are seeing right now, the Argentines have not really had any shot on target, shot on goal against the South African. The greater percentage of the game is played in the Argentine half, and you can see the South African always 9 men behind the balls, trying to defend and trying to take control of the midfield. But before I go on, let me also quickly read out the starting lineup of the South African side. The starting lineup of the South African side, we have Chisene, Dlamini, Gamade, Jane, Kalantna, Megai, Mbane, Matalu, Ramalepe, then Saposewe, then Swats, that is the goalkeeper of the South African side.
We saw the goalkeeper in the last game. She was a fantastic goalkeeper. She was just unfortunate to concede those 2 goals from from Sweden late into the game. Let's just hope she won't be conceding unnecessary goal today. And that is another corner kick for the Argentine in this game. Good one so far for the past 15 minutes. We've seen a balanced game from both teams. It's showing that both teams are not here to actually play and defend. Yes, it's good for them because a victory is actually very much important in this game. Talking about both teams actually lost their first game, so they have to come all out against each other here and grab a victory. Argentina will be backing on that, on that referral that they want to get their first victory in the World Cup. To play after playing 10 games and losing 8. It's not actually good. It's not actually really good for the Argentines. And can that just be the first goal?
You can see the play in the half.
The Argentina is still in South African half. And yeah, the South Africans going on a counter, but it's been lost back to the Argentines. I think you need to really appreciate how that is. That might just be the first goal of the game, and the Argentines are looking like, just like the South Africans, they are also missing a lot of chances already in this game. And these are chances that are begging for a final touch, which could actually lead to a goal. Both teams actually needs to score a goal in the first half to keep the game, very much lively. And that's a good chance created there by the Argentines. Just one touch was all that was needed, and it could have been a goal for Argentina.
All right. Earlier on, we saw the match against Nigeria versus Australia. It was fill up the capacity. Fill up the capacity of 52,500 spectators, and it was almost filled to capacity. And here we are seeing the stadium, Bar Stadium in New Zealand, and it is not as filled as we expected in this match. Probably it is the time.
Well, time is one, and it's not the first one. The first game we saw this afternoon was the host nation. And one thing that really matters is the teams, the caliber of teams that are actually playing. You can't compare a Nigerian team, playing against Australia. This is 2 powerful nations when it comes to female football playing against each other. And Nigeria is a big nation when it comes to football. They look at the talents we've actually produced on the world stage. So everybody's interested in seeing a Nigerian game. And talking about the host nation is Australia, so they have the power to bring a lot of fans to the stadium. This is more about a relatively these are fans traveling long distance to actually come here. So we don't really expect we don't even expect a 2/3 of the stadium to actually be filled up. But
Oh, and it's the South Africans who are attacking.
Let's see what they can
No.
do. That's
And that's a corner kick
That's
for the South
corner kick to
Africans.
South Africans. Well, good one, good game so far. Good game so far. At least we're enjoying ourselves. It's not a defensive game. My guy is getting so much involved in the game, and that was what she actually did on the first game that got her that first goal. That's all important first goal for South Africa in this World Cup. And I think that was the first goal for Africa also in this World Cup. Yes.
That was the first goal.
First goal for Africa in this World Cup.
Yeah.
And you can see the difference between Nigeria and the South Africans where they play. They are not really scared, of putting the ball on the feet, and they are very good at that.
Oh, that is a good kick.
That is a goal kick to, I think, is that a goal kick? Yes, it's a goal kick to Argentina. And you can see the goalkeeper, Korea, who happens to be the captain of Argentina, going back to pick the ball and get the flow, to get the play back immediately.
Get the play back immediately. And I was talking about the starting lineup of the South African side. And we have to talk about Linda Motlhalo. Linda Motlhalo, age 25. She played for Glasgow City. She's a midfielder. I think she's one of the South African talisman.
Yeah, she's one of South African talisman. She was one player that didn't really come to the party in the first game. Talking about the first game against Sweden, because she and Thembi were supposed to be the up front, be the two talisman and co-striker pair up for South Africa up front, but we didn't really see her much in the first game. I just hope she actually comes into this game and bring her A game. She's a fantastic player any day. One very skillful player. And you look, that is one of the reasons why they call her the Ronaldinho of South Africa, but we've not really seen that talent in her in this competition. I just hope she comes into this game with her A game, because the South Africans actually need every of their top players, come out with their top game, because this victory is actually very much important for them.
This was very important for them, and we have to talk about Bambanani Mbane. That is, she played for the Dynamo Mix in Russia. And yes, she's present in this match today, and we hope to see much of her in this match. And then we also talk about Hilda Magaye. Yeah, she played for Sejong Sports Toto. Sejong Sports Toto. Midfielder, and we hope to see much of her in this match today. A lot of expectation. And lastly, let's talk about Gamadi. Yeah, Gamadi, Bangeka Gamadi. Yeah, she's 24 years old. She has played for Università. That is the only club she played for, and she has been a domestic player all this while for the South Africa. And now,
I actually see a South African player down, and let's just hope she's not. It's not a very urgent or very big injury for the South Africans, because it will be a blow losing one of your starters as early as 20 minutes. It's going to actually affect the flow of play of the South Africans. So let's just hope whoever the player is able to start, and she's able to come back into the game and help the South African perform better. And we can also see two South African players, already warming up. At least, probably one of them is going to replace the injured South African. And it's looking like a very big one for the South African captain. She's been stretched out already. Wow. And that will be a big blow for South Africa if their captain is actually going out in this game.
If their captain is actually going out in this game, the way we've seen her, the way she went down, is a very...
Yeah, it looks like a very big one. Let's see if she'll be able to come back, because these are it happens for the footballers. We saw now in the Nigerian game, whereby the players were actually looking like, oh, it was more than what happened.
All right, the number 15 of South African side is Rifelo Jane, age 33 years old, and she played for Sassuolo in Italy, and she's been stretched out of.
Hopefully she'll be back in the field in no time, and that is South Africa on the attack.
On the counter-attack, and you can see four defenders. A shot, but that was too weak.
That's a weak shot. That's a weak shot. I think Thembi is already getting back into the flow like she did again in the game against Sweden. The earlier she starts playing with her teammates and make use of the opportunities, she's actually getting the better it is for her. We can see a player trying to create open up herself for her on the far left. She should be passing that instead of taking that wayward shot from outside the box. So I think she should be doing better, very, very much better there. And you can see the South Africa very much trying to dominate play and they are back in the midfield of the Argentines, trying to push the game forward. And let's see it look like South Africa might actually be the first team to actually get us goal in this game, and that's Linda on the ball, and she lost it. So it's back to another South African player there, and still South Africa in control of the ball. And you can see the difference. That is how much they actually stinging the pass within themselves and trying to dominate the play, which is actually good for their own confidence.
All right, which is good for their confidence. And this is Premier Sport Fan Center. You can send in your live chat messages through our channel. We'll be here to discuss issues. Be part of this family. And you can also call in. And our number remains 090-304-99917. And those calling from outside the shore, you can add 234 to read the 90304-99917 to be part of this family. And those who predicted in the match against Nigeria, somebody, I think one person got it right, 3-1, who predicted 3-1.
3-2.
Yeah, somebody predicted it right, he predicted 3-2. You can send your number to our personal chat, our personal number, so that we can have your contact. Don't send it to the live chat, because after the live match, every live discussion disappears. Yeah. Send it to our personal number, and we will get back to you. We already recorded. We know that somebody got it right.
And we can see the South Africans are already making a substitution. The number 15 is out, and incoming is the number 19. That is talking about Jane is going out, and the number 19 for the South Africans is Biana, who is actually coming in. Let's just hope she's actually going to, give such performance like Jane has been giving to the South Africans. Because she's actually a very good midfielder, that's why she's the captain of the South Africans. And let's just hope it won't be a costly, substitution for the South Africans. And that is Argentina trying to get on the attack. But, the South Africans' defense were actually there to actually kick that out for a throw into the Argentina, and still do. You have to look at the recovery rate of the South Africans. It has really improved a lot in this game, unlike the game against against Sweden in their first game, whereby it took about 10 seconds for them to recover but when they lose. But here we've seen them recover very fast, and it's very good for their flow of play.
Yeah, very good for their flow of play, and that is what I like about the South African side, their flow of play and the passes. When you talk about beautiful football, they play more beautiful football than the Nigerian side. But sometimes, I don't know why the Nigerian side always win. Nigeria, probably because of the technical interpretation of the football. But if it comes to play, you see the way they control the midfield. You see the way they run with the ball. I see the way they control their passes. You can't see that in the Nigerian side.
Experience and exposure, is on the side of Nigeria. We have a lot of our players, who are playing outside the shores of the country and play in a competitive league. You're talking about Oshoala, who plays for Barcelona. She has won the UEFA Champions League with Barcelona. There's a player that actually scored over 20 goals a season. And away from Oshoala, you have another player in Ajibade who plays for Atletico Madrid, gets good number of goals. She's a 15-plus goal getter every season. You have Tony Payne who plays for Sevilla. You have the goalkeeper Chiamaka who plays for Paris FC. And you see it in the way they play, that these are players that actually plays in professional league. You can't compare them with other players from Africa. No matter how worse it is, who will grind out that result. And that is a very good one for South Africa. Let us see what
the counter will she be able to hold that, and she hold it from the left side of the wing, and she has one man to beat what she do. She dance, Bayana, and that's a corner kick
to South Africa.
She's been able to win the corner kick for the South African side, and right now it is the 27 minutes into the first half, and it's still goalless, and you can see the South Africans trying to create chances there, and you can also see the Argentines also trying to create chances. But let me quickly read out the statistics of this first half as it is being played right now. It is the Argentine who have 57 ball possession, and the South Africans have 40, let me say 60 for Argentina and 40 for South African. Then goal attempt 1-1 for either side. Shot on goal, none for either side. Shot off goal, 1-1 for either side. Block shot, none for either side. Free kick, 4 free kick for the Argentine side and 1 for South African. Corner kick, 2 corner kick for South African and 1 for Argentina. Offside, 1 offside for Argentina and 1 offside for South Africa and none for Argentina. Then total, let me see, attacks, 38 attacks from the Argentine and 17 for South Africa. Dangerous attack, 8 dangerous attack for South African and 13 dangerous attack for Argentina. That is the statistics so far.
Going by that by the statistics is actually the a true reflection of the game. It has really been an evenly contested game, and it shows that both teams are actually tactically on the same level, and that's what we've actually seen in this game. It hasn't really been a one-sided game. Both teams are finding it hard to create chance. The midfield battle has really been tough between both teams. And let's just see. Hopefully one of them is going to give us the opening goal in the first half. You really need to love the way the South Africans are actually playing the counter football.
And there's a chance for the South African. That was a bad first touch.
Linda should be doing
That was a bad first touch from the number 12 of the South African side.
That's not Linda, that is number 12. Is that Kasari? She
Number
should be
12.
doing better right there for the South Africa. The ball control was actually wrong. That was where she let herself out. She should be controlling that better. She was already on the air. Oh, that
is Germany. So Posewa of South African, age 29. She played for Juris. She's a midfielder.
Wow. I think she should be doing better there for the South Africans. And we are approaching the 30th minute of the game, and it's still South Africa.
A shot! Oh, but the goalkeeper was able to save that. Wow.
They don't need all these wayward shots. They can put the ball on the field. I think they are actually rushing and in a haste to actually get that first goal, all important first goal in this game. But the more you rush, the more you just lose clear-cut chances that you should be scoring. And that is a good one for South Africa. Let's see. It's 1-1.
What is the referee saying? 1-1. And that should be the first goal. And it's a goal for South Africa.
That is Linda who just put it into the net. But
a goal for South Africa, but the last man signal is offside. Let's quickly look at the VAR. Whether
this is not
an offside. That's not an offside. That's not an offside. That should be a goal for South Africa.
Beats the offside trap, and that is it. Linda got
that should be a goal. I'm very sure the referee is going to award that.
The ref should be awarding that. Let's see after
check goal. Check. What is he doing? Is he going to check? You should go check that. Why are you not protesting?
VAR checking it. You can see it down there. VAR check. So VAR is
VAR check. Hold on. That is a goal for the South African. There is no way you can cancel that goal. That is a clear goal.
That was a good run.
That goal should be given to the South Africans. That goal should be given. There is no need. You can see the referee has stopped the play right now, listening to what the VAR is saying. But from a distance here, we can see that it was a clear goal. There was no offside in that moment. The South African was onside and before she moved. And let's see, I'm very sure she's going to give that. She's going to give that. There is no doubt about it. But what is she saying?
It's surely going to be a goal. That's certain. Let's see. Let's hear this. And that's the goal to South Africa. The first goal for that's 1-0. South Africa.
That is a goal. The goal has been awarded to the South Africans. The goal has been awarded to South African.
Beautiful Linda getting her first goal. And, that was what we said about her. She really needs to get into the mode of game. That was a bad defending from the Argentine. You don't keep offside trap on the eye line. That was a good run of play. Look
at that. There was no clue. It was not even close.
It was a good run. No, she lost herself talking about the last Argentina defender there. She lost herself out, and she gave all that chance to Thembi. Thembi is one player we've been talking about. She comes in with a lot of experience, and that is
so calm.
That experience is why she could actually run away through the line, and good work between she and her striking partner, talking about Linda. And finally, we've seen Linda get her first goal. So it's about now, when is Thembi going to get our own first goal in this competition? Good one for South Africa, 1-0, when we thought Africa might not get another victory. And we hope this is not, that is a wayward one from the Argentine. And I think she should be putting that down, and that should have been the first goal for the Argentines in this game. I think it's really going to be hard for the Argentines to actually find a way to come back into this game, because the South Africans have actually dominated the play for the past 30 minutes. And it's really good, This is what we really want, 1-0 South Africa. if they are taking this away from the first half into the dressing room at halftime, it's going to really be a lot booster for them. Good one for Linda. Good. I'm so happy seeing her on the score sheet.
Yeah, seeing her on the score sheet. That goal was scored by Linda Motlhalo, age 25 years old. She plays for Glasgow City, a midfielder. That was a good one. And though I want to talk, I actually want to, congratulate the assist, the Thembi Kgatlana. Thembi Kgatlana, she's the one who created that assist, age 27. She played for Racing Louisville. She's a forward player, and it was a calm moment because she was actually relaxed. She was not in ace, and they got that goal.
We saw the experience from her. The experience is the reason why she could actually, make that run against the run of play, against that offside trap. And she actually beat the offside trap very well. And that is one of the good runnings. She took a calm. It's not like she could have scored that goal herself, but she didn't want to take any chances. So that was why she had to pass for Motlhalo to actually get the goal. And I'm sure South Africans will be so happy seeing their team get on the score sheet, and not just got on the score sheet, they are actually leading in this game. Those 3 points is actually very much important for the South Africans going forward into the game against Italy in their last game. Sorry.
In the last game, as it stands right now, it is Sweden who remain top with 1 match and 3 points.
And that is
Italy is second.
You have to just love the way they play.
You can see South Africa moving, a sweet flow of football. What did she do? A shot! Oh, but that was too much.
And you can see Thembi, when Thembi is alive, the South Africans are actually alive in their game, and that is really very much good. And this is much improvement from what we saw I did against Sweden, whereby she was actually finding it hard to beat the Sweden defense line. I don't really want to just, she's actually a fantastic player, no doubt.
Actually, a fantastic player, no doubt. I think the Nigerian side have opened the gate for Africans to see that it is possible for you to beat the big names.
Yeah, Nigeria getting that victory is actually a morale booster for the many African nations. I saw the Zambians, the Zambia players were actually celebrating when Nigeria got that victory. Anyway, in high spirit, saying they are also going to get their own victory against Costa Rica and won't let African down. That is the spirit, that is the mentality it actually brings. When you see Nigeria defeat a host nation like Australia, it rubs on everybody. You have that sense of belonging, and you have that sense of belief that we also can do it. We also have to get our victory, and that is what you're seeing in the South African ladies. They are so determined and so ambitious. They are playing with all their life. They want to get the victory, and that's why they got that early goal. And that's why they got the first all-important goal in this game. It's just about them getting more goals, and I still see them scoring 2 or 3 more goals in this game, to get a secured, to secure their 3 points and put it in the bag. And that is the Argentina who are also going on a Burundi on the attacking line. They're also trying to get the equalizer. Let's see how much they can actually push. But we've not really seen much of Argentina for the past 10 minutes in this game. It has been South Africa who has been doing most of the talking and most of the doings up front in this game.
The match against Sweden, South Africa scored the first goal, and Sweden came from behind to equalize and also win the match. I hope it's not going to be the same thing today.
There's not much. I don't see it happening in this game because Benin has actually been outmarked by the South Africans in this game. She hasn't really been given that space to actually do her runnings the way she wants. And if you're keeping Benin out of the game, then you're taking Argentina out of the game, because that is their major talisman in this game. So the South Africans, they've actually done very well with that. It's just about them creating those counter-attack and taking advantage of their cut chances that they create. It's very much important they don't lose more chances or lose so much chances in this game. They have to score with every chances they actually create, which will actually give them the needed 3 points from this game.
All right, this is Premier Sports Fan Center, and you can send in your live messages in our live chat, in the YouTube, and be part of this show. You can tell us what you are feeling right now. What you think? Oh, that was safe.
That was almost good. I think Swat almost flopped that. She almost flopped that, and that could have been the equalizer for the Argentines. Yeah. I think these South African defense actually they have to be up to the task right now, because they are letting so many crosses from the Argentines, and let's see, is this going to be a counter for the South Africans Thembi is almost on the run. And you can see the Argentine defender playing safe to the throw-in and throwing advantage South Africa. And that was almost going in. That was going. Oh, it was going in.
It was the woodwork.
It had to hit the woodwork. It was going to the back of the net. I think Swat should be doing better there. She almost flopped that.
She almost flopped that. Like I was saying before, the Premier Sports Fan Center, our number remains 090-304-99917. You can be part of this show. You can send your thoughts. You can just chat it to us. And you can also send in your prediction, what you think will be the score line. And you have to send in your prediction from now.
That might just be the second goal.
From now till the second half, 5 minutes into the second half. And that is when all predictions will end. 5 minutes into the second half, that is when all predictions will end. Any prediction you send at that moment will be invalid. But you have all the time now to send in your prediction. And those who, somebody predicted 3-1 Nigeria against Australia in the first match. We have been trying to get across.
The game actually ended 3-2.
Sorry, 3-2. Sorry, 3-2. Somebody predicted 3-2 the match against Nigeria versus Australia. If you can send your number to our personal number. Our number is 090-304-99917. Send your number and we get back. Though we have the name of the person, and we have some tests to give to the person before that's all. But you can also send it right now before that moment, before that hour comes, before that minute comes when your prediction will be invalid. Yeah. So far, so good. We can see it has been a good moment for the South Africans. 1-0 up. If South Africa win this match today, what are the chances of qualifying?
The chances are very much high. You know, everything will now be based on what happens between what's it called, Sweden and
Italy.
That will be the all important game everybody will be looking forward to in the morning to see. Is it tomorrow? Is it in the morning or tomorrow? To see whatever happens in that game, because that is what is going to decide. A victory for Sweden in that game, you know, all but guarantees Sweden's ticket into the second round, whereby South Africa will not be needing a victory against Italy to also make it out of this game. But that is one thing that South Africa actually needs. There's one thing South Africa really needs to do in this game. Try and get more than one goal, because at right now, it's just one goal advantage for Italy, because they actually beat Argentina 1-0. And Argentina are looking like the weakest team, the weakest link in this group. So if you can get more goals against the Argentines, it's very, very much important. Going into the last game with Italy, who looks like a fair better team than the Argentines. Yes, they are beatable. South Africa can actually get the victory. And I was very much right when I said I expect them to actually get the victory against Argentina and and Italy. And this game has actually looked a one-way game since the goal for the South Africans. It has been the South African girls dominating play and trying to get the all-important second goal. Let's see if they can get it within the last 5 minutes of the first half, and it's still South Africa controlling the pace of the game. And I'm sure the girls will actually be enjoying the free flow of football they've actually been playing for the past, 40 minutes. It has been an interesting game all around this first half for the South Africans.
All right. The match between Sweden and Italy will be played on Saturday, 8:30 a.m. Nigerian time. 8:30 a.m. Nigerian time. And I think that will be the decider of this group.
And you have to just enjoy. You have to appreciate the way South Africans are playing. It shows why they are actually the African champion. That it's not a fluke, and they are playing like a true and worthy champions. And you just have to love what is happening, the quality of play, the way they move forward with the Texas. You can see the South African players there holding her boots. I think she should be going out to actually change that boots.
All right. The match, let's quickly look at the statistics, the way it is going right now. The possession, it is 39 for South Africa and 61 for Argentina. 4 for a goal attempt, 4 for South Africa and 3 for Argentina. Shot on goals, 2 for South Africa and none for Argentina. Shot off goal is 2 for South Africa and 3 for Argentina.
I think Swat has actually been, home and dry. She hasn't really been tested in this game, except for that cross that actually hits the crossbar. She has not really been tested in this game. So I think that statistics for the first time in this game, is not showing a true reflection of the game. For the past 5 minutes of this game, it has really been South Africa doing more of the playing. We've not really seen the Argentines, push more threats in this game like they did early on in the game. They need to get Banini into this game if they are into the mode of this game if they actually want to score or want to stand a chance of winning this game. They've not really been using a side, and that is one of the one thing the coach really needs to work on when they're going into the dressing room for halftime pep talks. They really need to get her into the game because she's their talisman, and everything is actually working very well for the South Africans at the back line. The back line has not really done any error in this game. They've been so compact and so good. You just have to, if you're not watching this game, you are really missing. And you can see the ball possession, how much they control the ball. The ball has been controlled by this Argentine 41% and 39% by the South Africans. It shows that it's so much even. They are actually playing and they are showing they are up to the task. They are not losing much of the ball. They are not letting the Argentine create a lot of chances in their own back line. And that is very good for the South Africans.
It's very good for the South Africans. A lot of people, when you hear the name Argentina, what you remember the male side of the football. And what do you remember? You remember the all-time, a lot of people say the GOAT of all time. That is Lionel Messi. But that has not been confirmed yet. But the way it's going, it looks as if it's going to be the best. Lionel Messi is with Inter Miami right now. And we saw how it was, in fact,
the two
Argentine consecutively he has scored 2 goals. The first match he scored through a free kick, and the second match he scored a brace. And when you hear Argentina, what you remember, it is the male side. Because in the FIFA ranking, they are top #1. But here, the female side are ranked 22. And we are not seeing the bite when it comes to the forward. But I want you to just quickly interpret the technical play of the South African side from the defense to the forward. What have you seen so far?
Well, I've seen an improvement from what we saw in the game against Sweden in the first game, whereby the South Africans were actually finding it hard to create chances. It was just Thembi, up front in that game, and here's another attack for the South Africans, and that should be a red card.
That should be a red card. And what is the referee saying?
Let's see the referee decision. That should be a red card because that's looking like the last one. She came up with a yellow card, and she took one for the team, one important one for the team that is committed with getting the yellow card. I think she's the last one. That should be a red card to her, not a yellow card, because she was actually the last one there. And she was actually putting Thembi on the run. That would have been the second goal for the South Africans in this game. Wow. That's Miriam Miyoga. And the yellow card. She'll be missing the all-important game against against Sweden. Yes, might not be an all-important game for this for the Argentines going to get into that game. It might just be a formality game. Because if they should lose this game, they are going back to Argentina.
If they should lose this game, they will be going back because there is no hope. They lost their first one.
Yeah, they lost their first game.
And this is the second one.
The second game.
At least they need a draw to step to the next one.
So as I was saying about the South Africans, the first game against Sweden, we were talking about them having good transition from defense to the midfield, but the problem was now trying to get the ball to the final third. That's the attack. That was where they were having issue in the first game. But here we've seen it that it's not really been a problem for them. They've been transiting well. They've been creating a lot of chances, which is actually good for them. And you can see the defense, they're actually working very well at the back. So they've actually been compact in this game. It has been a tremendous improvement from the South Africans.
There's been a tremendous improvement for the South Africans. But there's something I want to say about the South African side. Like the strength of their play is at the midfield. At the midfield, they are very compact. They are highly compacted, and they flow the ball. They play the ball, they pass the ball around, and they get their moves. You understand what I'm saying? The defense is not too strong, the forward is not too strong, but the midfield, I want to give it to them for the South African side.
Yeah, the midfield has actually been good. And you can see Thembi is on the ball. Let's see
how much she attacking from the left side. What does she do? She has someone to beat. She beat as she crossed.
Goal for the South Africans. It's still
South
Africa on the ball. That was almost going in. That is Magia. That's another fantastic player for South Africa. Very young, talented players in the South African team. And I'm so much interested in seeing what the next WAFCON will look like. with a lot of interesting teams. South Africa actually, they'll be looking to be defending their title. And you have the Super Falcons of Nigeria will become with a lot of experience to actually want to win back the title. And there's Morocco, another improving team in Africa. It promises to be an interesting WAFCON by the time the next WAFCON tournaments will be coming up in Africa.
All right, it's going to be an interesting one. And then right now, it is 8 minutes additional time into the first half. And
we're approaching the third minute already.
In the match, the match Nigerian play, when I went to my neighborhood, when they saw me, all of them ran to me and they were celebrating with me. Oh, they were congratulating. But they said the referee was Ojoro. I said, which Ojoro did the referee do? I said, they said the referee added 12 minutes in the second half. I said, no. I said, that is the new rule. I started explaining to them why the referee had to add that kind of time. But they said they have not seen it in this kind of tournament, that they've not added it to anybody. They added 4, 5, and I was trying to explain. Can you add more light to that?
That is what's about emotions. And it was the scoreline. I don't think Nigeria was leading with 3-1 or 3-0. I'm sure the fans who want the match to actually end. But since it was 3-2, everybody were in a hurry to see the end of the game. So we saw lots of time wasting. I won't say time wasting, but two issues of injury, and about 2-3 minutes were being wasted there. So there have to be a lot of added minutes. So it's not anything controversial. It's just what the number of minutes they wasted. Because normally at the end of the second half, the ref was going to give 6 minutes or 7 minutes at the end of the second half. If you couple it with the time wasted by the that's when Ainde was injured, and when Ohale was injured, the number of minutes were wasted there. So it's just 11. It calculates or it sums up to around 11 minutes. So it's not really a problem the way Nigerians makes it look like we're just being scared,
of
equalizing that. That's what we are being scared.
But coming back to this match now, why will the referee add 8 minutes?
We saw the South African captain being injured also, and she was being treated on the pitch before being taken out, and that was a lot of time being wasted. We saw VAR check. When you have a VAR check, you're having about 5 minutes additional time because of the VAR check, this VAR check, and couple it with the injury to the South African captain. So it all sums up to 8 minutes. So it's not like a time controversially added.
No, there's no controversy. That's exactly what I explained to my neighborhood. I told them it was not a controversial moment. It's just the reality of the play. And I told them that they need to understand the new rules and they need to understand the rules of FIFA so that they don't give themselves headaches.
That's the chance. That's just way too much for the Argentines. And you can see Swat is actually where the ball, and this might just be, because we're approaching the 6th minute of the game, and you can see the Argentine fans on the stand. They are yet to actually enjoy themselves. The pressure is not on the team. There's no pressure of a must-win on the team. They are just here to enjoy and build themselves. It's just going to be, unfortunately, that their third competition is going to end without them getting that victory, because I don't really see them getting that victory against Sweden. This is their best chance of getting a victory in this competition, talking about against South Africa, which they've not actually been able to dominate at all in the first half. And right now we're approaching the 6th minute of 8 minutes additional time. And I'm sure the players will actually be looking forward to to that halftime break.
Looking forward to the halftime break. Talking about the South Africans, this is, if they are able to win this match, this will be their first ever World Cup victory.
So you can see it's both.
And this is their second.
And that is South Africa on the attack. That is Linda on the attack. Let's see, she has a player to the far left. And let's see, it's still South Africa.
That's not an offside. That should be the second goal. And that is a goal.
Checked by VAR there again. And that is Thembi with the goal.
Goal. And why is it?
We have an offside check.
Why is the last linesman pointing to the offside?
Let's see. That's offside. That's an offside. That's an offside.
This one is offside. This time around is offside. The first goal was a goal, but this one, this is not a goal. This is offside.
That's an offside.
And it was so easy for the referee to blow. There's no need for a VAR check. Is he going for the VAR? There's no point.
No, there's no VAR. It's an offside.
Offside. It's clear offside. I can see it from a distance here. And I think I like the South Africans when they come to the 18 box. When they have opportunity, they take it calm. They're not in haste. They pass the ball around and they get the goal. I think that's where I want to give it to them. And you can see they've taken the ball from the midfield. They have been in control of the midfield, and there should be a throw-in for the South Africans in the half. It's still on. Oh, and he has one more to beat. Still beating, still playing. Beat 3 men and a pass. Is there anybody to give that shot? A shot, and that was so close. That was so close for the South Africans. Wow. That would have been the second goal for the South Africans. But it was over.
A nice collar there from Linda. That was almost going in.
Oh, that was so close. And you can see the pressure the South Africans giving to the Argentine.
That should be a free kick to South Africa there. And I'm sure the Argentines will actually be asking the ref to actually blow the halftime whistle because the pressure is too much. Just about time, that's the halftime whistle. South Africa leads 1-0, courtesy of a goal from Linda. An all-important goal for her, and an important goal for the South Africans, who will be going to the halftime with a 1-goal advantage.
We're going out. I think that's a good first half moment for the South Africans. They've been able to hold the Argentines and they've been able to, score a goal again. They scored in their first leg against Sweden, and here they are playing against Argentina. They've also scored a goal. That makes them back-to-back, they've scored a goal. And with this 1 goal, if they were able to defend it, getting a win against the Argentine, we give the South Africans a better position to qualify for the group stage if they can hold this to the end.
It's their game to lose. If they lose this game, they'll have themselves to blame because they got this game in cover. They've actually dominated play, so it's a game we expect them to actually take. They've done everything possible to get a second goal. I'm sure they're going to get more than 1 or 2 goals in the second half. And so it's nothing to actually be scared of. The Argentines are not up to match for the South Africans. I'm sure Desire Ellis will be telling our players that's in the dressing room that they need to take the game to the South Africans, to the Argentines, and take advantage of all these these mistakes the Argentines are making in the midfield. Is very much important for them to take advantage of that. Good one to the South Africans, 1-0, and they are 45 minutes away from their first victory in the World Cup and 45 minutes away from Africa's second victory in the World Cup. What a way to actually do it. The African champions getting their own victory. Very much important for them.
All right, very, very, very much important for them. This is we're on break time now. But we will not continue. We will go for a short break. But before we go for a short break, can you just briefly summarize the first half?
Well, it's just been South Africa all through. South Africa has been creating the better chance of the first half, and to have really been a bad first half if South Africa didn't get that goal. And good. Fortunately for them, they got that goal through Linda. And all the important first goal, which actually puts the game in South Africa's favor, and you can see it from the first 45 minutes we actually watched. It has been South Africa, dominating the play, which is what we actually want to see from our African sisters. Hopefully they come into the second half and continue from where they stopped in the first half.
All right. Hopefully you continue where they stopped from the first half, and when we come back, we'll be looking at the bench of the South Africans, and we'll be looking also at the bench of the Australians. We'll be preempting what the coaches are thinking, what they are thinking, and what they want to play in the second half. And right now, it's a good moment for Africans because we saw Nigeria defeated Australia earlier today, and now South Africans are also doing the same thing, about to defeat Argentina. That would be a very good moment for Africa. And that is why you don't have to go away. That is why we have to wait. We'll be back in a moment just for a short break. We'll be back. Don't go away. the teams with the biggest fan zone in the world. Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans. Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
There are two chances, just like you said. Aubameyang was clear to give him the ball and he could have scored. At least he could have given, even if he didn't score, at least give him the ball and have a chance to score. And you will always so selfish, you play the ball out, understand?
Being a Chelsea fan, I was just kind of optimistic that we'll win because we've had a very bad form this season.
Clash of the Titans between the two London rivals, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Already Man City has overtaken Arsenal on the lead of the table with 13 matches played. A win for Arsenal today, Arsenal will automatically overtake Manchester City. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
Yeah. Okay. Chelsea is coming back, whether they like it or not. Once I'm not sure. I just go to my this. I go to say Chelsea has so many substitutes. Bench win matches. We're not talking about your starting 11. Now we have two starting 11. Anybody can play now. It's not about two. Let my two and three come back. Anybody can. Anybody will collect from Chelsea. Anybody will collect. This season may be awful, but I'm telling you.
Next is is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Romina Nunez. Don't forget to subscribe. Alpha. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan. Versus Zurich. A win for both, automatic qualify. A draw, also qualify. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Romina Nunez. Please don't forget to subscribe. The teams with the biggest fan zone in the world, Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans, Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
There are two chances, just as you said. Aubameyang was clear to give him the ball that you could have scored. At least you could have given, even if you didn't score, at least give him the ball and have a chance to score. And you will always so selfish, you play the ball out, understand?
Welcome back to the second half. The second half is about to commence any moment from now, and it's the match between Argentina versus South Africa, and it is South Africa who is leading by 1-0. And with the pressure South Africans are giving to the South Americans right now, it is massive. And we are very sure that in this second half, if care is not taken, if South Africa can continue what they're doing, they're going to score up to 3-0. Well, that's my own personal opinion. But you can send your own personal opinion to our live chat by giving your own prediction to what the score line is going to look like. And you know it's not going to be for free. When you give that prediction and it comes through, we're going to get back to you. And so far it's been good for the South Africans. We saw Nigeria won the first. Nigeria won the match earlier on That is the first African win, and we hope to see South African also be the second African country to win. This is the second edition of the South African being in the World Cup, and we hope to see them have their first win ever in the World Cup. And I'm not, like you know, I'm not alone. I'm with Shegelu, the man who talks about football like the day he was born. And so far, Shege, you are welcome back to the second stage.
Well, it's back to the second half, and it's South Africa who are taking the passing right now. That's it takes us straight into the second half of the game. Let us see if South Africa are going to continue from where they stopped in the first half. And we've seen 2 substitutions already from the Argentine. Sorry, let's see if it's going to actually have a good effect on the game, because they don't really create a lot of chances in the first half, and they were just starved of chances in the first half. Let's see if those changes are going to change anything in the second half. And Argentina were already on the attacking, trying to create 1 or 2 against South Africa, and that should be a goal kick. The ref actually has, okay, it's a goal kick to South Africa.
There's a good kick for South Africa, and already we're having a message here from Bungile Lomini from South Africa. Say, go South African, go South African, go. It's encouraging the South Africans to go all out and defeat the South Americans, the Argentine. And it will what a pleasant story it will be if the South African wins this match, and that will be their ever first victory in the World Cup. And that goal was scored by Motlhalo. In the 30th minute, and it was a fantastic goal, a very calm goal, very calm moment, and that the assist came from Thembi Kgatlana of South Africa. You can see the South African now trying to counter the South American from the right side. What is she doing? Cross the ball, and no! That would have been the second goal for the South African. But it was.
I think Thembi should be doing better there. That was a clear-cut chance for the South Africans. That should have been the second goal for the South Africans there. Good output play from the South African number 12 there to Thembi. I think she should be scoring that, not losing that. And you can see Linda in disbelief that with the talisman, the player they all look forward to, they all look up to up front. Losing that clear chance there. That was just Thembi and the goalpost. And that will have been what a better way to actually start the second half, getting the first goal, even as early as 47th minute. I just hope they won't regret losing that chance.
How did she miss that? How did she miss that goal? 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, just a pass. What you just need is a toss, just a tap, and it will have been the goal. But what actually happened?
Okay, we've just seen the substitution the Argentines have made into this game. It is Cruz and Nunez who have joined the game already. Let's just see what they are actually going to bring into the game. It's South Africa who are trying to get their foot into this game. And for the past 2 minutes since we came back into the second half, it has been Argentina who are dominating play. And that is what we call initial gra here in Nigeria, because that's what we saw them doing in the first half. They started the first half looking like they are going to actually win the game. Until South Africa got into the flow and the mix of the game, I'm just hoping that chance being missed by the South Africa won't come back to haunt them in this game.
Won't actually come back to haunt them in this game, but I want us to give it to the South Africans because before the South African got to this stage, or before the South African won the African Nations Cup.
And that's South Africa, the attack again.
That's the truth. Before the South African won the Nations Cup, they've got to the final of the African Nations Cup 5 times.
Before they lost Nigeria.
Yeah, before they won it the 6th time. Nigeria has been depriving them from winning that trophy. Nigeria has won it 9 times. And I wonder, before any country can come close to Nigeria, will be in the next 20 years. Probably as they are winning, Nigeria will also be, at least in 10 years, Nigeria will win twice.
It's more than 2. Nigeria will actually win more than 2. But, African football has actually, improved a lot. And we've seen it. That's why you could see that Nigeria didn't get to the way. Actually struggled at the last WAFCON, whereby we finished 4th against all standard. Even the players weren't expecting the standard they actually met at the competition. And going into the next competition now, it's going to be even a far better standard because, a lot of African nations are actually watching this at home. And they also want to have a feel of what the World Cup, looks like teams like Ghana, who used to be, you know, a regular team at the World Cup, teams like Mali, and you have Cameroon, who are mixing in action right now. They will also want to make a comeback. So African game is actually going to improve a lot, and that's why I'm actually looking very much forward to the next AFCON. I want to see which the level of improvement they're actually going to bring to the African football.
Yeah, we give it to the South Africans. I was actually trying to talk about the South African Female League. I think that is what has brought the South African team to this level so far, because their league is one of the best league in the whole of Africa. No other country has such leagues, such organized league, apart from countries like Morocco, right?
Morocco has an organized league. Nigeria we have a league in Nigeria also. We have good teams talking about Rivers, Angels, Bayelsa Queens. We have fantastic female teams in Nigeria also. But you know, when it comes to organizing league, you have to give it to to Morocco. For I think every of their male team has a female team, and that is the right way to actually go, because you know the way, as we are investing in the male team, you are actually investing in the female team. And you look at a team like Mamelodi Sundowns. They have a fantastic female team also. We saw them at the Female CAF Champions League, and they give a good account of themselves. So when it comes to league football, you look at the major countries in Africa, they are actually, you know, dominating, and they've actually spent and invested in their female league, which is actually good for the improvement and, you know, and development of the sports in Africa.
All right, so let's quickly talk about the referee who is officiating this match today, Anna Marie Kegley. You know, 41-year-old New Zealand. She's in her own home. She's the one officiating this match. She's from New Zealand, and you know, New Zealand is is the co-host of this 2023 Women's World Cup. She's in her home. How far has she fared with the officiating?
Well, she has actually been fair. There hasn't been controversies like every other referees we've seen in this competition, which shows they are top-notch in this competition. That was a bad pass from Swart there. But she will just be thankful that a South African player was there, and that's a South African on the attack.
Again, attack on the counter. What did she do? She had one man to pass to. He quickly pass. Oh, but that was too much.
On that pass, the weight is too much on that pass from Thembi, and that's my major problem with Thembi. You know, she just wastes too much chances, just like what happened in the first game against Sweden. A lot of chances were created for her, and a lot of chances she wasted in that game against Sweden. She needs to come into the game. She's a fantastic player, no doubt, on her own day. She just needs to get into the game and, you know, utilize all these chances that are being created for her by her teammates. And we can just see Argentina also on the attack, trying to create something in the middle, and it's still Argentina with the ball. And it's so surprising that Argentina yet to have a shot on target in 52 minutes already being played in this game. That is so bad for the Argentines. Not what we will really be expecting from a team that's trying to score, you know, a first goal in this competition. But let's see, the game is still on, and that is a very clear chance for Argentina. Let's see what she's going to do. And she's beating one, and with that beautiful goal, and she ballooned it over the bar. And Nunez should be putting that on the floor, because she was actually giving that on the platter of gold, but she wasted that effort as she blasted it to the roof of the stadium. And they're creating more chances. At least they're having a shot off targets right now in the second half. And that we can see South Africa also preparing to make two substitutions. The number 6 of the South Africans is being withdrawn. And we can see number 14 and number 18 of South Africa actually making their way into the game. Oh, number 19 is going out. She came in for the captain, if I'm not mistaken, in the first half. And we can see Makubela. That is the player coming up for the South Africans. Or probably does an injury, or she hasn't lived up to expectations of the coach, sorry. And the players going out is Bayana and Kasene, and coming in is Makubela and Ulweni. Two fantastic players for the South Africans. Let's see what they can offer, what they're going to offer in the last 40 minutes of this game. We are in the 54th minute, approaching 55th minute of the game already. It is Argentina who are on the ball right now and trying to create one or two chances and see if they can actually come back into the game and get an equalizer in this game. And the ball is back to the South Africans who are already on the attack. And that is South Africa who are pushing up in the third half of the Argentine.
Yeah.
But, you know, they keep on losing the ball. I think there's a sense of belief in the South Africans that they got this covered. I just hope that overconfidence won't actually, you know, would actually be
A strength.
a problem for the South Africans, because it's looking like they are estimating the Argentines right now, because the way they are actually playing around the field, you know, there's no urgency to actually take it up front and get that goal, and let us see if they can do better. Yeah, and that is still Linda on the ball, and that is Thembi, who is, oh Lord, they have to get a goal.
All right, they have to get a goal. We have a message from here from Mary Olugbudi. He said, my prediction on this match is Argentina 2, South Africa 1.
Wow,
From the spiritual realm.
that's a wide one.
She says from the spiritual realm.
But I learned my lesson during the Nigerian game, so I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to actually look at someone's prediction and say it's not going to happen. Well, that's a big one. But from what we're seeing in play right now, it's not looking like the Argentines are not looking like a team capable of scoring one goal, talk less of two goals.
Yeah.
And that is a yellow card to South Africa. And just
I don't think
just picked up a yellow card for South Africa. That was a wayward tackle, unnecessary tackle there.
But that was not a carded offense.
No, it's a carded offense.
He was not supposed to be. He was not supposed.
She intentionally kicked that there.
No. That was not a carded offense. It was supposed to be a free kick and not a yellow card for Makubela. But the referee have given a verdict, and that is the final decision. There is nothing we can do about it, but it has been counted. You know, let's quickly talk about what has Desire Elise, that is the coach of the South African, done different from the match we saw against Sweden.
No, it's just almost the same thing from the game against Sweden. It's just that they are playing against, you know, a team that is not as good as Sweden. They found the game against Sweden, they played against a better team, a team better than them. You know, a team that actually have the experience and have the players who plays in a better league. But here they have against an Argentine team that is looking like even the South Africans are actually better than them. So that is one advantage. They are actually, it has been like a training game all galore for the South Africans in this game. And we are seeing Argentina who are preparing to make another substitution. That is Rodriguez coming in, and you have to look at the caliber of players the Argentines are actually bringing in right now. And these, their best players are actually bringing into the game.
And this South African who is attacking from the left side. She has one man to beat, and she beats it, and she's walking inside the 18 box. What did she do? Can she pass the ball? No. But three defenders were there for her to stop her. No. Three defenders.
All these chances they are creating and they are missing. I just hope it won't backfire on the South Africans. And that is one of these chances that Binani has been looking for. That's Swat should be coming out for that very much early. That was almost risky. That could have been, you know, that could have put the South Africans in a lot of pressure there. And the ball is back to the South Africans, and they are already playing the middle from left to right. And that's, she shouldn't be waiting for the ball there. And that is the South African defender trying a dummy. And they'll have a breath of air right now.
Having a breath of air right now.
And you can see the substitution, Rodriguez. This is the player that had the tattoo of Cristiano Ronaldo and the great Diego Maradona on her foot. You know, it's so unlike, it's so not popular when you have an Argentine, you know, having the tattoo of Cristiano Ronaldo on her feet. And you can see her running into the pitch with lots of excitement. Let's see, a lot of motivation, trying to motivate her players. Let's see if she can actually bring the right mood into this game. And it's South Africa who took a free kick right now, and the ball is back in the Argentina. And we've actually seen much of Argentina on the ball in the second half, unlike the first half where it was South Africa all through. Let's see if they can actually bring Banini into the game, because they actually need her in the mix of this game.
In the midst of this game. And when you talk about South Africa, the ever first World Cup goal to be scored by South African is Hilda Magai. She scored that goal against Sweden in the first leg of the qualifier.
In the first game of the finals.
Yeah. And today we are having Linda Motlhalo. Linda Motlhalo scoring again. She have registered her name in also the World Cup. I think that is a good one. And another that is the two people that have scored. South Africa have only scored 2 goals, right?
Yeah, this is just their second goal in this competition. And I expect them to have actually doubled the scoreline in this game. They've created a lot of good chances to score, but the goals has not just been coming in for them. And, I'm just hoping it won't end up hurting them.
So it will end up ending them. And the assist is Thembi Kgatlana. She have gotten 1 assist so far in the record so far. And I think we hope it's going to be. Yeah.
Oh God.
So
my guy just flopped that. She should be doing better. She should be doing better, not taking a long shot away and trying to beat the goalkeeper from far. And that is Argentina through Rodriguez, who are trying to attack the South Africans. And let's see what they're going to do. She make the pass, and it's Argentina, but it's the defense of South Africa. They are up to the task, and it's from one end to another. The South Africans are actually countering the Argentine right now, and they are creating a lot of chances. It's still South Africa who are pushing forward to see that pass is looking like a
a good pass there. We know what happened there. You have one more to pass the ball. A shot! Oh, on the side netted.
That is a side net shot. Well, that's a good one for South Africans at least. They're creating much as I can see. The coach is actually, trying to ginger the girls up. Every play of the South African has gone through Thembi, and she has been, terrific in this game. She just needs to get her own goal in this game also. She's yet to score this competition, which is so much unlike Thembi, because by now we've seen how good she is in the last 2 games. It's just the goal that she's actually, she's lacking.
And the South African also who's trying to attack. Who is there?
Nobody.
That's from the left side, she one-man Mopole. Trying to beat 3 people at the same time. Would that be possible? But no way. They
lost the ball to Argentine. Rodriguez has been more of life since coming in for the Argentine. And you have to ask her, why has she been on the bench all through the game if she's this lively? Because since she came in, it has been live. She has put much life and much runnings into the Argentines. She came in with this hunger that they need to get a goal, and that is one of the, that is one ginger. How can I put one motivation the Argentine actually need.
All right. Talking about the time zone right now, you see it is 1 o'clock in Nigeria and 12 o'clock in South Africa, and
wow, that's a good show.
In New Zealand, it's still daytime. Do you think it's going to affect the South Africans? Because most of them are not. Most of the South Africans are already sleeping right now, and most of the Nigerians are already sleeping. Otherwise, you'll have seen bulk of Nigerians supporting the South Africans. You will have seen bulk of Moroccans supporting the South Africans. But right now,
that's the chance for Argentina. Will they get a goal? But the South Africans were more than the Argentines in the box, and they got that covered, and they are still losing. Still Argentina, who are still with the ball. I think South Africa have to be careful right now, because Argentina are actually growing into the game, and before you know it, they'll create 1 or 2 chances that might actually lead to a goal, and that is a shot at the goalkeeper.
And that was not a problem for the goalkeeper.
It's not a problem for the goalkeeper. That is a shot from Banini right there, and that should be Argentina's first or second shot on target in this game. And talking about the time zones, the players have actually acclimatized. This is not their first game in the competition, and this is not the first time they're playing, at in the afternoon and midnight in Africa. We saw the game against Nigeria when Nigeria played Canada on the first day of the our first game in this competition, and we saw how much Nigerians stood up and stayed awake to watch our girls play that game. So it's not really about the time zone. If you want to watch football in the midnight, you get to watch. People who stays in New Zealand, they watch the EPL in the midnight, and a lot of fans stays awake to watch the most beautiful and most interesting league in the world at midnight from New Zealand and Australia of this world. So time zone is not actually a problem. If it is the male World Cup, I'm sure we'll have so much fans awake at this time. I'm sure South Africans are even awake watching their girls play. They've actually played beautiful football for the past 63 minutes. We've actually been watching this game. It has just been the second goal which has eluded the South Africans in this game.
Yes, that has been the second goal. The second goal was cancelled, scored by South Africans, and the goalkeeper. It was an easy catch for the South African. It's so easy for her to catch.
The Rodriguez actually brought a lot of energy into this game. I think the referee, the fans will be asking the coach if you have a fantastic player like Rodriguez on the bench, then why bench her all through the game? Because we didn't really see much threat from the Argentines in the first half, like we're seeing them in the second half. She has been everywhere. I just hope she will tire out before the 75th minute of the game. And we're approaching the 65th minute already in this game, meaning we've played 20 minutes of the second half with 25 more minutes to go. South Africa are 25 minutes away from their first victory at the FIFA Women's World Cup.
All right. Where we want goals, Bayana Sagado. He said it is do or die for the South Africans against Argentina. Are we really seeing that right now?
Yeah, it's a do or die for it. They need the goal. They need the game, and they've actually dominated the game. They've gotten one goal. It's just the second all-important goal that has been eluding them in the second half, and they've created a lot of chances, but they are the ones who are not taking their chance, and this is one of their chances they've created.
And that is the goal.
That is the goal. And finally,
a
Thembi is getting a goal.
Goal for South Africans. What a moment for the South Africans. They are doing it. It is the second goal. A second win for African side, no doubt about it, because this is the 65th minute, just remaining 25 minutes. Will the Argentines be able to score 2 goals this moment? And that is the number 11 shirt for South African. Oh, what a moment!
Good goal for Thembi. You know, the goal she has been banging on the door. That goal has been calling her, but she hasn't gotten the goal. And I think this is going to really boost her confidence, because she has been looking for this goal all through the game, and getting that goal, it's very much better for her. That's a typical striker goal. Great one for the talisman. She has done a lot of runnings in this game, and she deservedly got a goal.
And I'm very
South
sure.
Africa too,
And I'm very sure she's going to be the man of the match, because she created the first assist. And right now, she has scored her own goal in the 65th minute. She has registered her name. Age 27, she played for Racing Louisville. She's a forward player, and that is a beautiful moment for the South African. Congratulations to the South African anyway.
Yeah, congratulations, South Africa. And, you know, that's the goal they've actually been looking for. And this might all but seal the victory for them. And the first 3 points, you know, in the FIFA World Cup. And they'll be looking forward to go holding on to Italy in their third game and see if they can get a victory against the Italians on the third day of the group stage, whereby Argentina are looking like they are 20 minutes away from, you know, going out of this competition. They'll be going back home. And you can see they're actually making another substitution. And that will be their 4th substitution, if I'm not mistaken. So they are just trying to come all out now and play. It's still a team that is not yet, you know, ready to play female football. They still need lot of development, a lot of improvement to do. I'm sure even a team like Zambia will fancy their chance against these Argentines.
Of course. It's like the Argentines right now. This very particular match is like a barking dog, no bite. They don't bite.
It's not really seen.
We've not really seen bite.
They started well.
They just
started
toss.
well in the first half.
What they can do is just to toss the ball around, but when it comes to
the Argentina,
when you see, this is where they will lose it now. When you see, that is where they will lose it. They don't have bite, and that is where
it matters most is where they flop, and that is goal kick to South Africa. And now we'll be seeing the substitution for the Argentine. You can see the fans; they are actually still, you know, they're still motivating their team that they can still do it. They can still do it. Yeah, it's still 2-0, and it's not, you know, it's not a wide margin. And we can see the substitution. That is Lakwete going out, and coming in is Lonigro.
Wow. Lonigro for the Argentine, and you can see the fans. They are not bothered at all. They are just happy that we are present. They only came to register their name and to show their number and to show their name that here we are, South American from Argentina.
At the end of the day, the players will go with $30,000, which is a lot of money for the girls, you know. And the FAs will also go with appearance fee, and we just hope every FAs will actually, you know, improve and spend this money. It's a different ball game between the South Africans and what's it called? When you look at South America, it's a different ball game when you look at the level at which Brazil female team plays. And you'll see Argentina now, another different ball game when you look at a country like Colombia when it comes to female football. These are teams that actually stood their own. And, you know, it just brings the questions. What happens to the Argentina female national team? Because we know how good the male national team is. And they should have a reflection of that in their female team, which is not what we are seeing in this Argentina team at all. 70th minute, gone in this game. It's Argentina 0, South Africa 2. 20 more minutes before the end of this game.
20 more minutes before the end of this game. And this is Premier Sports Fan Center. This is what we know how to do, and we always do it well. And we always do it better than any other person. You can be part of this show by calling in and also by sending in your live chats to our channel, to our YouTube channel. Our number remains 090-304-99917. And those calling from outside the show, you can add 234. Add 234-90304-99917 to be part of this show. And already we've sent a lot of people sending in message, and we just read the message from Mary Olugudi that predicted Argentina to win 2-1. And right now, that predicted Argentina to win 2-1. Right now, it is 2-0 for South Africa. And I think that is already out. We hope for more predictions to come in. And we hope for your contribution, what you're analyzing, what you think should be done.
They're just losing the ball. This might just be South Africa third one. Let's see. And it's just South Africa who are attacking.
Attacking from the left side.
Oh, that was so slow there onto the ball. And I think the Argentines already, they already gave up this. They gave up this in their mind that they are already out of this competition.
Earlier on, I said it that Argentina is one of those sides that concede 4 goals, average of 4 goals in every match. Because in the nine World Cup they've played so far, they've considered 37 goals in 9 matches, and that's an average of 4 goals in each match. And I said there is no way they are going to defeat South Africa, and because their defense is not that strong and their strikers are not doing the South African well. They've been present in the World Cup in three World Cup edition in 2003 and the rest of them, and they've not gone past through the preliminary stage. They only managed to be knocked out in the group stage, and here is going to be another moment where they will be knocked out in the group stage.
It's nothing new. Our Super Falcons that we celebrate today, so they've been in the shoes of of the Argentine before. At a point when we started in 1991, for the first 4 editions, we are just like the team being beaten. If you are talking about South Africa, Argentina conceding 39 goals, I'm sure when you see how much goals Nigeria has conceded at the Female World Cup, you actually know it has been a long journey coming. So they too also get there. It's not a dating, and that might just be the goal. Oh, that was cleared off the line by the South Africans, and the Argentines will be asking themselves, what else do we have to do to score a goal? I'm sure if the Argentines should score a goal in this game, the way they will celebrate that goal, you think they are the one who are actually, leading in this game, and that is a chance for the Argentines and for the South Africans. Thembi is on the run there, and that should be an handball. But the ref has another option, which is play on, and this is Argentina who are moving forward now, attacking the South Africans. But they are still in their own half and moving the ball forward, and they are just taking it gently. You think they are the one winning in this game?
You think they're the one winning?
That's Rodriguez creating the chance.
And that should be the first chance for the Argentine was being cleared out. But still on the danger zone, a shot, and that is a goal!
What a goal by the Argentine. And you can see the celebration. I predicted that when they score the goal, you'll see the celebration. You'll think they're actually the one leading. And I'm sure the lady that predicted 2-1 for Argentina should have predicted 2-1 in favor of South Africa.
Wow, what a goal!
What a goal. Finally,
80 meters away from the goal, outside the 18 box. And look at it. That's another beautiful goal.
80 meter. That can be 80 meter.
Wow.
80
what? That's about 30 meters away from the goal post. And
that's a massive hit by her. And I'm sure they'll be looking at it now that the South Africa goalkeeper is a suspect. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of outside shots from the Argentines in this game. 74 minutes into the game already. The South Africans have themselves to be blamed for that goal conceded there because they've lost a lot of chances. They should have closed this game. They should have ended this game a long time ago. About 3 clear chances have been missed by the South Africans in this game. And we're approaching the 75th minute. It's South Africa who are trying again to move forward, and that is
there's
their
a
own
shot,
shot.
and that's a corner kick.
And the goalkeeper almost flopped that. I think
What did the referee say?
It's a goal kick.
A goal kick. All right. That goal was scored by Sophia Braun from the Argentina side. Age 23 years. She played for Club Lyon. A defender coming to score.
Yeah, you can say she's also a footballer, so it's not really about a defender. She just met herself there, and she took the shot very well. That was a well-taken shot by her. And, you know, let's see if that is going to actually, you know, motivate the Argentines to get an equalizer. You can see the fans are all on their feet motivating their players that they can get that second goal and probably, you know, get a winner. And it's still 75th minute of the game, and that's 15 more minutes to go, and it's still Argentina who are going forward. Let's see.
What a moment.
It's
still the ball is on them.
And let's say they probably don't want to take another shot right there. Yeah, because right now the South African goalkeeper is a suspect.
The suspect, and now they can try her from a distance to get a goal. Because that goal, the goal was up and she was diving down. What does that tell? It's like she didn't see it.
No, she went the right way, but
the right way, but she was diving down where the ball was up.
You know how tall the goalpost is, so you know it's what the goalkeeper see that the goalkeeper catches. It's not all balls the goalkeeper catches. We saw the goal, the outside shot from the Spanish player. What's she called? I forgot her name during the Spain versus Zambia game. We saw the outside shot from the Spanish player that scored the first goal, and you know, so it's just something like that. It was an outside shot too, so I can't really blame the goalkeeper, but she's a suspect, and you can see her height. She's not that really tall of a goalkeeper, so it's not really a problem for her, and that is she got that you know, confidently, and she'll also be looking at the time right now. When is this time going to end? And we are approaching 7 minutes, meaning we're having 13 more minutes in the regulation time to play. And it is South Africa 2, Argentina 1.
South Africa 2, Argentina 1. You know, talking about the South American side, I thought when I look at the South American side, that is one team I pick out and say, this team has the flow of football. And that is the Colombian side. The Colombian women, have you watched them play before?
You have to give it to the Colombia girls. You know, it seemed like that most of them already understood each other. If you watch, we were here during the Under-20 World Cup where we saw our very own Linda Caicedo led the Colombia Under-20 to a
first victory,
to a final position. They got to the final. They actually finished second behind Vicky Lopez led Spain. She's also here at the FIFA World Cup. You know, she has gotten a goal, making her the first player to play in the FIFA World Cup, FIFA Under-17 World Cup, FIFA Under-20 World Cup, and FIFA Senior World Cup, all within a calendar year. And she scored in the 3 competitions. She's just 18 years old, and that senior team, the Colombia senior team, you know, has much of those players from the Under-20 in the senior team. So these are players that have actually been playing together for a long time, right from the Under-17 to the Under-20 to the senior team. So the chemistry is there for the girls, and that's why they are so good. You look at Colombia, you look at Argentina, and there's a team that's not in this competition. That's Paraguay. They also Uruguay. Sorry, they also have a fantastic female team. But I just believe Argentina are going to get there, because coming to this competition, that means they've actually played the qualifiers in the Copa America, and they were worthy, you know, opponent. And that might just be the second goal, and that's the equalizer for the South Americans. Nunez with the goal for Argentina.
Wow, what and a comeback. You can see the coach is being held in celebration. What a comeback from 2-0 down. What is wrong with the defense of the South Africans? What a moment. Go South African, go, wake up, what? Wake up the spirit of the Africans. What is happening?
Rodriguez actually, I said it when she came into this game. She brought in a lot of positive energy into this game, and that is what really rubbed on her team. And you see, they are actually believing right now that they can actually get the third goal. What a good cross from Nunez, and the goalkeeper is a suspect there again. Swart should be doing better than what she did here. 79th minute into the game, it is South Africa 2, Argentina 2.
What a moment.
We are back to where we started.
What a moment. Can you quickly analyze? Now we have seen the goals scored so far by the Argentines. Can you quickly analyze in this second half? You know, 3 goals has been scored in this second half,
Yes.
right? That is 3 goals, 2.5 goals have been scored in this second half. Now, can
Funny
you,
enough, South Africa is still going to win this game.
yeah,
Yes.
you know, can you quickly analyze the defense of the South African based on the goals considered by the South Africans?
Well, it's not really a defensive error goal, but those goals were just against the run of play. We saw the first goal. It was a shot from outside the box, and the second goal was a crossing from the terrific player, talking about Rodriguez. And you can see this South Americans, they are trying to play through her side. You know, since coming into this game, she has really brought a lot of energy into the game and giving the Argentines a sense of belonging. That has been what has eluded them right from the first half, and you can see them, they are creating a lot of chances now, and they're having that belief that yes, they can actually do it against the South Africans. When they were making those substitutions, I was saying these substitutions the coach was actually making are they his best players, and you know, they've actually come into this game and changed the game. Why the 2 substitutions the South Africans have made have actually been the calamity to the South Africans in this game, talking about Ulwani and the other players who got a yellow card, you know, so just some seconds into coming into this game. And you know, Kasare's position has actually been missed, and it has been, you know, a hole that they've not filled in this game since taking her off for Ulwani there. And I'm sure Desire will actually be looking up to herself and saying she must have done a wrong substitution there. That is a free kick to Argentina. Will it be a goal? And the goalkeeper got that confidently. And let's see if South Africa will be getting the all-important goal again. You know, from a point of winning 2-0 to another point of playing 2-2. It's so crazy, you know, and we're approaching 82 minutes. 8 more minutes to go into this game. The South Africans allowed Argentina back into this game, and now they'll be pursuing one more goal, you know, to keep this game safe. I remember what I said when South Africa were losing a lot of chances, a lot of clear chances, that I just hope these chances they are losing won't haunt them. And here they are, the chances are already haunting them, because it's now 2-2, and it is the Argentina who are back attacking, and that is Banini who has already changed positions. And that is Rodriguez. She also deserves a goal in this game. And that is over the bar.
All right, let's quickly look at those words. As we said, Olwani was substituted at the 54th minute. Then Makubela came in, and that Makubela also had a yellow card. We were talking about the substitution at the actually calamity to what South Africans have been. Those are the names. And
actually, the right one, we can see. Thembi is actually going out right now. And she, wow, you argue ladies, Linda and Thembi, you're two talisman.
Motlhalo,
and you're taking them
the captain back.
Wow. I just hope this is not a wayward substitution. Though apart from the goal, we've not really seen much of Linda in this game. Just like the game against what's it called, against the Sweden, whereby we didn't really see her. Let's see what Kogale and Ko Aditi and Kogale are going to bring into this game. Let's see if they can motivate their teammates to actually get the all-important 3rd goal. Because right now, South Africa needs one more goal to actually stand a chance. And it's, you know, same to Argentina too. If they should win this game, they still have a chance to also make it out of this group. And if South Africa should end up losing this game, I'm sure the players are going to really blame themselves, because you know they've done everything necessary enough to actually win this game until they slept on it. And I said it when they were playing without urgency, you know, trying and playing around the 50th minute, you know, trying to play a kind of football like there was no urgency, playing like they've got it covered, they've done all they have to do. And I said it that I just hope these Argentines would come back into the game. And it took them less than 5 minutes to get 2 goals and return South Africa back to 1 point.
Back to 1 point. And right, it stands right now, anybody that lost this match is out.
Yeah, sure.
If South Africa lose, South Africa are out. If Argentina lose, they are out. So, like Maglaro of South Africa said, Salgado of South Africa said, it's a do or die. And I'm not seeing the do or die play here.
They've actually done the better play, no doubt. They've done the better. That should be a red card. Let's see. That should be a carded offense. That should be a card offense, because that's the wayward tackle there by either the South African player. I just hope that's not stimulation from the Argentine player. The ref gave the free kick to South Africa there. There's no card and there's no VAR check. We are approaching the 85th minute, meaning we have 5 more minutes to go in this game. And let's see what South Africa got so far, as they have a free kick which they are taking, and it's going deep into the South African, into the Argentine, defense. And you can see the Argentines have actually woken up in this game. You know, there's a sense of belief, there's a sense of urgency in their play right now that they can get it.
And that is attacking from the left side. There's one man to be trying to run through the defense. What is
you can't beat an African like that.
It's a good kick. No, it's a good kick. They will use their body to. They will use their body to fight you. Look at that. Look at that move.
Good one from Rodriguez. Good one. That was a good cross.
And
from
it was a fine
good
header.
Connecting header from the from the Argentine player. Wow, that's a good one.
If you look at it, the goalkeeper was not even in the right position. That was one of those reasons why that ball went in. She was not able to stop it.
But I think I'm going to fault Desire. She got her substitutions wrong. Even taking off Linda and Thembi in the second half, that is a very wrong substitution. You can't take 2 of your talisman, 2 players, 2 of your very best players that you actually look up to. You can't take them off the pedal when you still need a goal in this game. Because if you look at the South African game all through in this game, these are the 2 players who have created the very best of chances, and all the chances South Africa have created in this game have come through these 2 ladies. And since they went out, we've not seen South Africa, create any chance in this game. And that is one pass they've actually missed again. It is Argentina who are attacking the South Africans right now. And it's Rodriguez who is playing both left and right and center of the pitch. She's just everywhere, tormenting the South Africans in this game. And that's
you can see
they're
as she
losing
collected
just
the ball. That should be a yellow card.
Free kick. That's a free kick to Argentina.
Against South Africa. Free kick against South Africa. Well, the referee did not award any card there. It's just going to be a free kick. And you can look at the move. Oh.
Well, I'm sure.
You know,
that is Banini.
That's a professional fall.
That is Banini. No, that's
a professional fall. Professional tumbling.
And let's see, there's a free kick in the 87th minute to Argentina. Can they make it and get that all-important victory? Can they get their first victory in their 11th game of the World Cup? Because right now they have 8 losses and 2 draws at the World Cup. So let's see if they know. But that is not going to happen. And to still, the ball is still being played in the South African half. And, Argentina just grew into this game, a lot of confidence in this. That goal really built and woke something in this Argentines. But this is not the Argentina we saw in the first half.
Of course.
And they play with lots of confidence here.
They're trying to create another chance there. But the referee said play on, the fight is on. And the South African who are countering right now.
Now that's
a good pass. You have the ball to pass. They pass it. What did she do? 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. When she scored that, a shot. Oh no! That ball was played over the ball, and you can see the reaction from Desire Elise. It was like she is the one playing the ball. I remember those days when we were watching football on television. When Nigeria is playing, we see my grandfather kicking the table. As if he's one playing, and we'll be laughing at him. We don't know the feeling at that moment. But right now, I can feel it right here because it's like I'm part of those playing the football right now.
I think South Africa have themselves to blame in this game because they were 2 goals up. It was almost done and dusted, and you just allowed the Argentines, who hasn't really played anything. They have not really played anything much in this game, and you allow them back into the game. And that is how beautiful the game of football is because, you can't expect what is going to happen in the next moment. 89 minutes into the game, and still South Africa 2, Argentina 2. We're approaching the 90th minute already. And let's see if South Africa gets the all-important victory in this game.
In the age of the 18 boss, right now in the 18 boss, what did she do? She crossed. Who is there?
The goalkeeper.
But the goalkeeper was there to save it. All right, we'll take a look at the Group G table. Right now as it stands, it is a 1-1 game for Italy and Sweden, but yet they are still on top of the table.
Yeah,
Sweden.
both team has 3 points, and now Argentina and South Africa are approaching 1 point each in the group game. The Argentina's this might just let's see.
No options. They were not giving options of those.
That might just be an attack for the Argentine who are still on the ball. Let's see. Oh no, it's not going to be a clear chance for Argentina. It's South Africa who are trying to clear their chance, their back post, and that was sent out by the South Africans who are trying to clear their line right now, and South Africa were trying to attack the Argentines, and they are moving forward. That
was a bad back pass. There's no way she can catch that. There's no way she can get to that. And it is the 90th minute. 90 minutes regulation time, stoppage time is over. Let's see how many minutes additional time the referee is going to add.
She's going to give 5 minutes. We've not really seen much, except for substitutions we saw in the second half. They've not really been VAR check or any injury in the second half. So I think I'll be tilting towards 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Time. 5 minutes additional time. We hope so. We hope
yes, rightly, it's 5 minutes additional time.
5 minutes additional time. We hope it's going to be 5 minutes.
It's 5 minutes additional time.
All right. 5 minutes additional time, not much time, not like the match between Nigeria and Australia, where we saw
South Africa was trying to attack. And let's see if they
the match is becoming so.
The Argentines are not even giving them that chance to create anything in their half. And you know, they are playing with the sense of, they are playing with the belief that they can still get this victory. You know, the Argentinians are also looking for the first victory at the World Cup. So it's something they will actually be proud of. And we can see the South African standing captain, she's also down looking injured.
This would have been the first victory.
That should have been a free kick to South Africa.
Yeah. And again, this would have been the first victory for South African, but they lost out. How did they lose? Can you quickly analyze what actually happened? Why South Africa was 2 goals up and they are now draw through the situation?
I foresaw this happening because the way the South Africans were playing early on in the second half, you know, they were just relaxed. A team that was relaxed. They saw it out that at 2-0, at 1-0, not even, it wasn't when we were at 2-0. At 1-0, they were so relaxed and they believe they got this game covered, and you know, 1-0 was enough. And I was saying then that they have about 30 minutes to play, and I don't expect them to be playing this relaxed game. And when they got the second goal, they got further relaxed. And against the run of play, a shot from outside went into the back of the net. And against the run of play again, a crossing from Rodriguez connected an Argentina player, and they got the second goal, which made the game stand at 2-2. And you can see the Argentines, they already growing into this game, you know. They are turning themselves into a spoiler. If we are not winning, I'll drag you. We are going out together.
I'll drag you, and it's just 3 minutes left.
3 minutes more to go, and
to decide who will be the winner. As a corner kick for the Argentina, if they can make use of this set piece.
And that is goal scorer Nunez taking it.
And quickly taking. Is there any Argentine there? No. The ball still in the contention. And the goalkeeper was there to save that.
She should be standing up. And you know, this game needs urgency. Stand up and let's get a kick immediately.
Okay. So, and then we have another message from Mary Olugbudi. Say, I said they are not pressing and impressive. From 2 goals down to 2-2, they are defending deep and they want things that were wrong. They did things was substitution was wrong.
Substitutions were actually wrong.
Sub was wrong, and keeper also at fault.
Yeah, the keeper was at fault. You know, I said it when the first shot went in that she's actually a suspect right now, and the Argentines actually fancied and took their chance against her for the second goal. That is one thing they've not done. They didn't do it throughout the first half. You know, they didn't test swats and the goalpost of the South Africans in the first half. And by the time they got the first goal from that unexpected shot, they believed they could get the second goal, and they got the second goal. I'm so much disappointed in the South African coach talking about Desire Ellis. Those substitutions were wrong. There's no way you're taking Kasari out for Luwani. And you know, she came in and she hasn't really done anything. So the fault of this game that Argentina are coming back, it's on the South African coach. She spoiled the whole game with those unnecessary substitutions. And at the time we were actually playing 2-2, you took out the 2 players who are actually lively for your team. Talking about Thembi and Linda.
Motlhalo.
And yes, Thembi and Linda. These are players who have actually made the game lively. and you are taking them out. And since they went
What,
out,
is it that there was injury on them?
no, they were injured. She wanted to bring new players who could actually new players who are not probably tired, who are being refreshed. That was what she was trying to do, and it really backfired. Yes, Thembi too also has a blame in this because she lost a lot of chances in this game, glaring and clear chances that would have been clear goal scoring chances for the South Africans. But let's see, still about 10 to 20 seconds before the end of this game, and let's see if South Africa can still create 1 or 2 chances, and the goalkeeper who is sending it back, and it's still South Africa who are trying to attack the Argentines, but the Argentine defender are up to the task, and they're still pushing, and still South Africa. Let us see what can happen. This might just be the last attack for the South Africans in this game, and it's back to the Argentines who are attacking South Africa, and it's not going to be, and still the ball still with the Argentines. There's a kind of urgency. The Argentines just grow from nowhere in this second half.
Yeah.
And it just came out to start dominating.
Their spirit was awakened. We have a message here from Vuwahu Namande. Say, well done, South African. He say, they are. Well, the word I saw here was love. You see, when they say, well done, South African, that is really what
I can't give them the word. I can't give them the word sign because they really flopped this. They had this in their bag, and they actually lost this game themselves. And let's see, this might just be the last attack of this game, and it's a goal kick too. Is that a goal kick?
It's a goal kick. The referee is pointing at the goal kick spot. It's a goal kick,
and that might just be the last moment of this game. 2-2 going into the 6th minute, and wow, I'm so much disappointed. That is the final whistle.
Oh, that is the final whistle.
Argentina 2.
What?
And you can see the disappointment on the faces of the players. They had this already, 2 goals up, and just came within 2-3 minutes, and you lost it all. That is so bad. That is so bad. And you can see the Argentines, they're so happy, and they're looking, yes, we got this. And that is it, 74, 79 minutes, that's within 5 minutes, you consider 2 goals. So unnecessary mistakes from the South Africans, and they have themselves to blame for all this.
They have themselves to blame for all this. Let's look at it. This is how we end. It ended in favor of the ball possession. It ended in favor of the Argentines, 61%. 39%.
I think Rodriguez should be the man of the match because she actually changed the game.
Yeah, for South Africa, then goal attempt 11 to Argentina and 12 goal attempt to South Africa. Then shot on goal, 3 shot on goal for Argentina and 4 shot on goal for South Africa. Then shot off goal, 5 shot off goal for Argentina and 7 shot off goal for Argentina. Then free kick, 17 free kick for Argentina, 9 for South Africa. Corner kick, 4 corner kick for Argentina and 3 for South Africa. Then goal save, 2 goal save from the side from the goalkeeper of Argentina and 1 for the side of the goalkeeper of South Africa. Yellow card, 1 yellow card for Argentina and 2 yellow card for South Africa. That is the statistics so far. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, not really much to say about that. We already say everything about this game. I'm so much disappointed in the South Africans, 2 goals up, and you just lost everything from the point of winning, to ending up playing the full-time draw, which is actually not good. They knew what is at stake. They knew what they needed when coming into this game. It was victory they needed in this game. And it was almost certain. They were just 15 minutes away from it, and they lost it all within 5 minutes. And right now, they'll be hoping Argentina doesn't get, I'm saying Argentina, sorry, they'll be hoping Italy doesn't get a victory against, against Sweden, going into the last game against, because they'll be going into the last game against Italy. That's another tough tie for South Africa. And they still stand a chance. They are not yet out. A victory against Sweden, a victory against Italy will send them straight to the second round also.
That is where we come to the if. The if of thousands of questions, and if only, you don't need to put yourself in that situation of the if. But right now, as it stands, South Africa are falling into the question of if, because you have to calculate that if for them. And let me quickly read out some message. We have Stephen C. says South Africa now, wow. And you have Asset I think. Say congratulations, South Africa. Is there any congratulations here?
Oh, there's no congratulations there, but maybe probably for the 1 point.
For the first point?
No. It was South Africa who came back from 2-0 to actually play a full-time draw against Argentina. Yeah, probably will say it was a well-deserved 1 point, but from winning 2-0 to actually playing a 2-2 full-time draw, it's a bad result for South Africa. They really flopped this game, and that's really good. The lady who changed the game. You can see her when she was coming in. Came in with a lot of energy, came with a lot of positivity. And there were 2 goals down when she was coming in. And she motivated her girls and they got a full-time draw. So there's no way I'm congratulating South Africa. When they lost against Sweden, we all congratulated them in the studio that they played a beautiful game. But here today, it was a wayward game from the South Africans. They could have actually done better than what they did today.
Yeah, and you can see I sent... well, always, Arsene is asking us a question here, but always tune into this Premier Sports Fan Center. You will get all the update of the matches being played in the World Cup. For now, what you are requesting for, we will answer that later, but not now. For now, just tune in to Premier Sports Fan Center, and I hope you have subscribed. If you are watching us, please remember to subscribe. And remember to also call in. Our number is 090-304-99917. You can call in and be part of the show. It's a disappointing moment for the South African. Disappointing moment because they were up 2-0 and I thought it was over. It was over, but you saw the Argentines. They came from behind and they equalized and they were able to pick a point. As it stands now, Group G is still open. But if Sweden... That is, if only Sweden can defeat Italy, we will say Group G is still open. But as it stands right now, I think in football, anything can happen. We can't conclude right now. So that's how far we can go for today. But before we close for today, can you briefly summarize what we have seen in the 90 minutes, including, let me say, in the 100 minutes, including the additional time?
At the end of the day, it's just a spirit of, never say never. And never, don't actually believe you've actually lost it out. That is the belief of these Argentines in this game. At the point there were 2 goals down, coming back into the game to finish it 2-2. It shows that never say never spirit of the Argentines. The South Africans will go back, re-strategize before going into that game against Italy and work on every mistakes, they've actually made. At the point we're actually asking them for them to get 2 goals, so they go into the game against Italy needed a draw. But right here, they've gotten a draw, and they'll be going to the game against Italy, needing a victory to actually qualify for the second round. So right now, it's still Nigeria with the only victory for Africa. Though Morocco plays on Monday, so on Sunday or Monday. So there's still a chance for Africa to get a second victory.
Morocco play on Sunday, and this is the captain of the South African that was substituted. She was so vital to the playing. And right now, I don't know the reason why she was substituted. And she was supposed to be the man of the match. She scored a goal and created an assist. And yet, Desire Elise substituted her. And what did we get? And that's why we're getting 2-2. And you got it right when you say it was a wrong substitution. I don't see any reason why she will be substituted. But, well, she's the coach anyway. And she knew what she wanted to achieve. But what she did not yield the positive result. It's a negative result for the South Africans. And then we are having a question here. You're having a question here. But before I answer the question, can you briefly talk about the goalkeepers with what we have seen so far? 2-2 goals. Both of them considered 2-2 goals.
The Argentina goalkeeper is actually the better of the two because Swart really let her team down. Both goals conceded by the Argentina goalkeeper. There's little she could do to actually stop those 2 goals. But the South African goalkeepers, she continued for where she stopped against Sweden. 2 unnecessary goals were conceded by her. But though she got her reflexes right today, at least we've seen her coming out, to gather some crosses, which were better than the game we saw against Sweden. So I'll go with the Argentina goalkeeper as being the better goalkeeper of the two.
All right. We have a question here from Stephen C. Say, please, what is Morocco's group like, please? Morocco is in group H. We have Germany, Colombia, South Korea, and Morocco. Right now, Germany.
That's a tough group. Also
yeah, a very tough group. Right now, Germany is standing top with 3 points. Colombia also 3 points. South Korea have 0 points, and Morocco is last with 0 points too. And tomorrow, Morocco will be playing on Sunday against South Korea, and that match will be played around 5:30 a.m. Nigerian time and 6:30 a.m. South African time. So I hope your question has been answered. So far so good. That is how far we can go for today. South African have just played 2-2. I think they've scored 2 goals again. That is 3 goals in this tournament, but none of the goals have brought victory to them. That is so sad. That is so sad. We hope to see them win their next match, and we hope to see that if Sweden defeat Italy, then there will be hope for them. But for now, thanks very much for coming to the studio.
Oh, it's a pleasure being in the studio with you, Suleiman. Looking forward to the next game. I'm so disappointed today. So I can't just wait to leave the studio.
So disappointed today anyway. I know every African will be disappointed today because all Africans are behind the South Africans, supporting them. And whether they were able to pick a point, we hope in their next match they pick the maximum 3 points. So for us in Premier Sports Fan Center, is bye for now. And see you on Sunday where we'll cover the match between South Korea versus Morocco. So for now, it is bye-bye and see you on Sunday.